All right, welcome back to Reviews by Hunter. That's me, I'm Hunter. And today we have Jujutsu Kaisen episode 5 from season 3 titled Passion. So yeah, I actually thought this was a pretty solid episode. I knew that coming down from the high of the Maki episode last episode, I knew that it would feel like this wasn't as good, but it was still very good. So we start with a flashback of Yaga, who is the principal of Jujutsu High, and he's being reprimanded over the creation of Panda, because they view Yaga's ability to create cursed corpses as a threat, and they don't understand Panda, and so I think therefore they fear Panda. Interestingly enough, like Panda is strong in his own right, but he's not like one of the most powerful characters in Jujutsu Kaisen so far. But I mean, he's strong in his own right, but I get why they view his ability as a threat, although Yaga has really been shown to be more of like a father figure, maybe even a mentor, definitely towards Panda, and even I think towards like Satoru Gojo in the past, right? And so we see that the power that Yaga's ability has on the flip side, which is reuniting a mother with her deceased son. However, the son isn't necessarily like a complete reincarnation or a resurrection of the son. Like, it doesn't look like her son. It just has the same information as the anime states or memories. So it's kind of like it put data, like Yaga's ability puts the data of the deceased into this cursed corpse. And so now, but that's enough for this mother to like come out of this like catatonic state and like get up out of her wheelchair and be happy again. And we see Kusakabe thanking Yaga for this because it was actually his sister that Yaga does this for. And so, like I said, the anime says that Yaga's ability is to create fully autonomous, man-made cursed corpses. So yes, I was thinking about it. I guess if Yaga was an evil person, he could make like an army of cursed corpses and try and take over the world. But Yaga's never been shown to be that type of person. And yet, he is sentenced to death by the higher-ups if he does not tell them how his ability works. And at first, Yaga refuses to tell them how it works. And it seems to me that Yaga wasn't a super, like, offensively great sorcerer. Like, I mean, to be the principal of Jujutsu High, obviously you have to be capable, but like, he goes down pretty quick. It's like an off-screen thing too. He gets taken out by, I forget the name of this character, but like this old man who uses a guitar as the source of his sorcery, and it creates like this X, where he got slashed. And as he is dying, Yaga starts to talk about how his ability works at its core, which is, what I wrote down is that you use the body's information to reproduce the soul's information, then you put the soul's info into the cursed corpse's core. And there is some more to it, but that's like the gist of it. We also see Panda was imprisoned in this episode, and he's let go by Kusakabe. I actually don't even remember Panda being imprisoned. That might have happened at the end of season 2, or did it happen off screen this season and I just didn't remember? But anyway, Panda's free now. We see Panda arrive to grieve Yaga, and the old man asks him, don't you hate me? Why didn't you fight me? And Panda basically gives an explanation of like, I just view it as you were the final blade for him. Like he doesn't bear any resentment, it seems, towards the executioner of Yaga, but he does say, just remember this, even pandas cry. And we see Panda grieving and crying, and it was kind of sad, actually, man. Don't make the panda cry. What are we doing? But moving along in the episode, we see Yuji and Megami. They are on their way to go find the suspended sorcerer, the third year Hakari. I think it's Shinji. Is it Shinji Hakari? Hold on, let's look it up real quick. I swear it's Shinji Hakari. Kinji Hakari. Sorry. So they're on their way to go and recruit him, okay? Hakari has been suspended for fighting higher-ups in the past. That's the information that we've been told. So Yuji and Megami have to pretend that they aren't from Jujutsu High in order to get to Hikari. And I guess the reason they have to do this is because if Hikari sees people from Jujutsu High, like, he's basically gonna run away, because he's not really on good terms with them right now, being suspended and whatnot. And so one note that I put here is that I was just looking at Yuji's character right now, at this point in the story, and I really like that the Jujutsu Kaisen embraces, like, battle scars for their characters, and it just reminded me of Nanami, because I kind of wish Nanami just had, like, a really bad battle scar, okay? And he should have just lost an arm and been a one-armed badass. I wish that character was still in the show. Nanami was awesome, and he didn't even have domain expansion. But moving on, because Yuji's got that nice scar. Just, it kind of reminds us everything that he's been through. You know what I mean? So Yuji has to be the fighter for this underground fight club, and his opponent is Panda. So we're kind of fast forwarding here, I guess, in the pacing and the plot, because we just saw Panda get, so maybe that was a flashback and I'm mistaken, or maybe this happened like a day prior or something, because now Panda is here assisting on this mission. And I was confused by that a little bit, but Yuji did not seem like surprised, like, oh, Panda, like, what are you doing here? It seemed like they were all in on this plan to kind of trick Hikari in order to get to him. So we see a little scrap between Panda and Yuji, and of course, in this underground fight club, they do throw fights, but they don't know that Panda and Yuji are throwing their fight. Even with this, I thought that the fight choreography looked really good. Animation looked clean. It was a short little scrap, but it looked good. This whole season just looks movie quality. I say it almost every review, but it just looks so well made, man. You can't help but, like, point it out, man. It looks so good. It looks so good. So then we finally do see. So the note that I wrote was that I really loved the hand-to-hand combat. JJK does hand-to-hand combat so well. They always do hand-to-hand combat really well, especially if your name is Choso. Then they're gonna animate your fight like 10 times better. These animators love Choso, but we finally see Hikari and Kirara animated. I was excited to hear the English. I'm excited to hear the English dub voice for Hikari, although the subbed voice sounds good. As I make this video, the dub version is not available. But that's okay. I'll go back and watch it when it comes out. And also, apparently, Kirara might be a guy, because they were talking about the other sorcerer that's with Hikari, and they referenced him as being a guy. But it almost seemed like Kirara and Hikari were maybe possibly a couple, because at one point he takes their finger and, like, runs it down, like, the throat of Hikari, and they're, like, kind of, like, snuggled up next to each other. But obviously Kirara looks like she is a girl, or they are a girl. So I don't know I don't know. Maybe it's a Haku situation from Naruto. Like, for the longest time I thought Haku was a girl, and then it turns out no, Haku was a boy that was just very feminine. So could Kirara be the same? But then does that mean Hikari is gay? I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little interesting detail to think about. The episode does end with Itadori blowing his cover. Remember, they're undercover during this, by pretending to not know who Gojo is. I forget the exact question that Hikari asks him. Oh, he says, Satoru Gojo can hardly handle his liquor either, because he's offering Itadori some alcohol. And Itadori is going a little bit too far, pretending to be ignorant, and he goes, Gojo, who's that? And as this scene happens, this scene, by the way, of Hikari and Itadori talking to each other was animated so well. I can't, like, even though it's hard to explain. It was a very interesting angle and a very interesting tension building up in that scene. It was really well done. But because Itadori pretends not to know who Gojo is, Hikari's like, hey, what the hell, man? Would you happen to be from Jujutsu High? And we see Hikari throwing some punches at Itadori, and Itadori's like, hey man, just listen to me, and Hikari's like, no way. So overall, a solid episode. A lot of movie quality shots. I would rate this episode an 8 out of 10. IMDb gave it an 8.6 out of 10. Very solid, but I want to keep this video under 10 minutes, so that's all I have for you guys. The episode titled Passion. Thanks for watching. I'm almost caught up on the series, guys. Almost caught up. Take care.